Veronica Gallardo. I'm the Facilities and Cultural Events Manager here at El Centro La Raza.
Hola, mi nombre es Hilda Magaña y soy la directora de José Martí Centro de Desarrollo Infantil.
On behalf of our Executive Director, Estela Ortega, I'd like to give a warm welcome to our 16th annual Día de Los Muertos event. First, we'd like to thank our sponsors, King County for Culture, and our community partner, La Sala. Día de los Muertos is a time for remembering the lives of all those who have passed. As of October 29th, the coronavirus has claimed more than 233,468 American lives. That's almost 800 people a day. This year, we want to honor all of those lives lost during the pandemic. This year's theme is Live, Mask Up, Stand Up, and Speak Up. The COVID-19 pandemic has only exacerbated inequities and highlighted that racism has always been a public health issue. Marginalized and poor communities have been hit the hardest by the pandemic, and yet have been the ones to rise up and advocate for change in these unprecedented times. Whether it's in the streets or in the voting booth, time is now. Make your voice heard. On Tuesday, November 3rd, we can make a difference in our communities by voting. Vote for those who no longer have a voice. Vote for those who can't due to their immigration status. Vote for the children who will grow up in the policies that come out of a national and local election. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh has made clear that he does not support states accepting and counting the ballots received after 8 p.m. on November 3rd. To avoid possible delays from the United States Postal Service, it's recommended that voters return their ballots to designated collection points as soon as possible. Turn in your ballots as soon as possible to a ballot box before the November 3rd deadline. While the pandemic has kept us from coming together physically, it has not stopped us from joining together as a community for Día de los Muertos and work for a future that honors our ancestors and our community leaders that have come before us and given us a beautiful example what a beloved community is like. Finally, we want to honor those in the community we have lost during the pandemic. The ofrendas that our friends in the community created are about the social justice issues of the day. Through this presentation, we share our work together to bring about social justice that will prolong the lives of the people of our community and ensure they live with dignity and respect. We'd like to recognize all of our ofrenda participants who helped make this event possible. 350 Seattle, Beacon Arts, along with John T. Williams' family, Beth Shalom, Synagogue Immigration and Sanctuary Support, Cowlitz Tribe, Front and Center, Roberto Maestro's After School Program, Jose Marti Child Development Center, and Luis Alfonso Velasquez After School Program, University of Washington Department of Gender, Women and Sexuality Studies, Warren, Wheel. On this day, Día de los Muertos celebration, we honor those who have struggled for the poor, the environment, and justice for all people. We share those struggles and lessons and legacies with our children as we continue to organize and to do everything in our power to defend our immigrant communities and the most vulnerable people in our society.
En nombre de nuestra directora ejecutiva Estela Ortega y de todos en el Centro de la Raza, nos gustaría darles una gran bienvenida a nuestra 16 celebración anual del Día de los Muertos. Nos gustaría agradecer a nuestros patrocinadores, For Culture, Condado de King, a nuestro socio comunitario La Sala. El Día de los Muertos es un momento para recordar la vida de los fallecidos, nuestros seres queridos. A partir del 29 de octubre del 2020, el coronavirus cobró más de 233,486 vidas estadounidenses, con un promedio de 800 personas por día. Este año queremos honrar todas las vidas perdidas durante la pandemia. El tema de este año es Vive, usa tu máscara, levántate y alza tu voz. La pandemia del COVID-19 solo ha incrementado las desigualdades y ha destacado el racismo. Siempre ha sido un problema de salud pública. Las comunidades marginadas, pobres, han sido las más afectadas por esta pandemia. Sin embargo, han sido las que se han levantado y abogaron por el cambio en estos tiempos sin precedentes. Ya sea en las calles, en las urnas de votación, ahora es el momento de hacer oír tu voz. El martes 3 de noviembre podemos hacer una diferencia en nuestras comunidades votando. Vote por los que ya no tienen voz. Vote por los que no pueden debido a su estatus migratorio. Vote por los niños que crecerán en las políticas que surgen de las elecciones nacionales y locales. El juez de la Corte Suprema, Brett Kavanaugh, ha dejado en claro que no apoya los estados acepten y cuenten las boletas recibidas después de las 8 del 3 de noviembre. Para evitar posibles retrasos del servicio postal de los Estados Unidos, se recomienda que los votantes devuelvan sus boletas a los puntos de recolección designados lo antes posible. Entregue sus boletas en una urna lo antes posible, antes de la fecha límite. Si bien la pandemia nos ha impedido unirnos físicamente, no nos ha impedido unirnos como comunidad para el Día de los Muertos, trabajar por un futuro que honre a nuestros antepasados y a nuestros líderes comunitarios que no nos han precedido y nos han dado un hermoso ejemplo de construir una comunidad querida con su trabajo. Finalmente, queremos honrar a aquellos en la comunidad que hemos perdido durante la pandemia. Las ofrendas que crearon nuestros amigos de la comunidad tratan sobre los problemas de justicia social del momento. A través de esta presentación, compartimos nuestro trabajo juntos para lograr la justicia social que prolongará la vida de las personas de nuestra comunidad y asegurará que vivan con dignidad y respeto. También nos gustaría reconocer a todos los participantes de nuestra ofrenda. 350 Seattle, Beacon Arts, Beth Shalom Synagogue Immigration and Sanctuary Support Council. En esta celebración del Día de los Muertos, honramos a quienes lucharon por los pobres, el medio ambiente y la justicia para todas las personas. Compartimos esas luchas, lecciones y legados con nuestros hijos mientras continuamos organizándonos y haciendo todo lo que está a nuestro alcance para defender a nuestras comunidades de migrantes y a las personas más vulnerables de nuestra sociedad. Mil gracias.
Please enjoy our cultural celebration.
Disfruten nuestra presentación cultural. Gracias.
Hello, buenos días a todos y todas. This is Mandela Gardner, the volunteer coordinator at El Centro de la Raza. I'm just here to let everyone know that there is still time to vote and also to register to vote. You are welcome to register to vote in person at one of the many voter centers located throughout the Seattle area in places like Renton and the University of Washington, as well as Showware Center in Kent, and in several other places as well. Now, if you're already registered to vote and you've received your ballot and have completed it, you can still drop it off at one of the many ballot boxes located throughout the Seattle area as well. The closest ballot box to El Centro de la Raza is located at Beacon Hill Public Library, which is on Beacon Avenue, just a few blocks south of El Centro. But there are dozens of other ballot boxes throughout the area where you are welcome to drop off your ballot. But you must do so by Election Day at 8 p.m. That is when the ballot boxes close and are no longer open. That's also when the voter centers close as well. So you must register and receive your ballot, complete it, and return it via one of the ballot boxes by 8 p.m. on Election Day, November 3rd, no later than that. If you need any more information and to find out where your voter center and your ballot box are, you can go to the King County Elections website at kingcounty.gov/elections, or you can call the King County Elections hotline at 206-296 VOTE or 206-296-8683. And that is a bilingual hotline where they can help you in English or Spanish or in any language you need with any of your election-related questions. Thank you so much for getting out the vote, and happy voting.
To the Nepantla Cultural Arts Gallery. My name is Jake Prendez and I am the owner and co-director, and I want to welcome you to our Día de los Muertos exhibition. We had 32 amazing art pieces submitted to this exhibition. We have pieces such as this one from Leo Martinez, who's only 9 years old, and this is his first exhibition he's ever been in. We have amazing pieces from local and artists from out of state. This actually is my newest piece, which I just finished up about a week and a half ago.
Hola, my name is Judy Abate Gonzalez. I'm co-director of Nepantla Cultural Arts Gallery. Alongside our art exhibit, we also set up 4 ofrendas. We offered space to community members such as the Portico Group, Joyas Mestizas, White Center Community Development Association, La Sala, who honored Latinx artists, and our own Nepantla ofrenda, honoring the lives of our loved ones and community members.
So thank you for joining us at the Nepantla Cultural Arts Gallery. Our exhibition will be up till November 8th. We hope to see you. Thank you.
Buenas noches, good evening, and welcome to my house. Welcome to the altar for Día de los Muertos that my family and I have put together. We make one every year. Every year looks a little different because different things happen in the year. Sometimes there's this or that kind of flowers. Flor de Muertos sometimes is difficult to have, and that's a must. Part of what I love about the ofrenda every year is that some of the components have been made by my children over the years. My oldest daughter, who's now in college, painted that when she was, I think, in first grade. It's just really nice to have the continuity to make the space every year to remember our beloved departed. We're also remembering COVID victims around the world. We're remembering Black lives lost. We're remembering children and adults who died trying to cross the border and in detention centers across the US. I wanted just to show a few details. This is my abuela. En el centro está mi abuela, my husband's grandmother, his father. We always have incense, and when we begin our time with the departed on the 2nd of November, we begin by cleansing and lighting up incense. And we have water, of course, and light. It's a really important day for us in our house, and we honor it every year, and I'm happy to be able to share it with you.
This poem is titled Visions of Gladness, and I wrote it para mi abuela, for my grandmother. I wish my grandmother's ghost would gladden every day my slumber, her stardust halo, her luminous face, the whisper of her silence. By now I know fear both cages and unbinds. Sometimes I hear her laughter spiraling toward me like a kindly twister. Fall in, she says, become not the rosary, one bead in front of the other, girl, woman, wife, mother, widow, become pomegranate seeds instead, each jewel bursting forth from its own papery case, whirling in her own blood by her own light charged. She says this, and this is why, on my altar, like she taught me, there's rue, incense, light, and water in a cup.
Hello, I'm Francisca Garcia of Mashtia. I am here today in collaboration with Centro de la Raza and La Sala. So I'm happy to be here with you today. I am here today to talk to you about ofrendas, how to build them, put them together, what they're about, what they mean. The word ofrenda in Spanish translates to welcome, items of welcome. So being a good host, we welcome them in and make them feel as if they're in their own home. We want to do that to be able to welcome back our dearly departed. And when I say dearly departed, I want you to know that I mean not only family members, but dear friends and our pets who have become family members. We believe in having 3 levels that represent before life and birth, and life here, and then death. There's no right or wrong because every town has a different component, but mostly all of the ofrendas that you see will have the 3 levels. In building our ofrenda, when you pick your spot, you can put books down or shoe boxes and then cover it with a tablecloth, whatever it is that you have that will be your setting for what then you're going to set on top of it. And it doesn't have to be very large. You can do it as big as you want or as small as you want. The most important highlighted items that you're going to bring together, you're going to bring water, you're going to bring salt, a little bit, doesn't have to be a lot, in the remembrance of the taste of life. You're going to bring photographs of your loved ones that have departed. It's a great conversation starter with the rest of your family or even yourself to point out who they are and what their life was about. We're going to bring flowers. Our special flower that we use is called Cempasuchil. It's marigold. And personal items or any item that reminds you of that person that you love. And also food. I also put out a couple of hot chocolate. I make Mexican hot chocolate. Put out coffee. And for the adults, I mean, you could put out a cerveza, a shot of tequila, or for the children, a glass of milk. You can also put out candles to light the way, remembering the light of life, but also to light the way back home. And sugar skulls, those are to remind us of the sweetness of life. The skull is an image that's been used in our indigenous past. You will see it on the temples to this day. And we decorate it with very colorful icing that's very bright, to remind us of death and life, and the coloring on it to remind us about how colorful and beautiful life was while we are here, right? So again, it's not scary to us. Talking about remembrances, this chair is a remembrance chair. This is Roberto Maestro's chair, and it's out here perpetually, remembering his place. He's here with me in spirit. I can turn and I can talk to him. He can come at any time and feel welcomed. This is his chair, because this is where he lived a lot of his life, lived with us. So when you come and visit, come and say hello to Roberto.
My name is Ramona, and this is my granddaughter, Micaela. We live in Seattle. I was born and raised in Eastern Washington, In the community where I grew up, we did not celebrate Dia de Muertos as it's celebrated in Mexico. We attended Mass at our church for All Souls Day and All Saints Day, but the celebrations weren't as they are in Mexico. Those celebrations, I didn't attend a Dia de Muertos celebration until those celebrations came to Seattle as neighborhood and community events. These events led to the larger events that we now see at Centro and Seattle Center that are now celebrating their 16th and 17th annual Dia de Muertos celebrations. I learned how to make flores de papel when I was young. I was taught by my mother. Flores de papel are paper flowers made out of papel chino or tissue paper. I really enjoy volunteering for Dia de Muertos celebrations to help teach how to make the Cempasuchil de papel. Cempasuchil is the Aztec Marigold, and it is the traditional flower used to decorate ofrendas for Dia de los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos is a really special celebration that dates back to the Aztecs and honors our departed loved ones. I am really privileged and honored to be able to participate in those and play a small part of those festivals when I can. It's a very important tradition to teach our children so that they can teach future generations, just as our ancestors taught the tradition.
Hola, buenas tardes, mi nombre es Lourdes y yo soy Hilda. Somos de México y en esta ocasión queremos presentarles una receta del tradicional mole. Este mole viene desde los tiempos prehispánicos, cuando los aztecas juntaban algunos chiles y empezaron a hacer estas salsas. Pero más adelante, en 1860, vino un virrey a visitar la ciudad de Puebla, y ahí en Puebla había un convento de monjas y una de ellas quiso hacer una combinación diferente de este mulli, que se llamaba en azteca, y ella puso otros ingredientes. Entonces, a través de los años, el mole nos ha representado en la gastronomía mexicana. Entonces, se respeta mucho la original receta que tuvimos desde un principio. Entonces, hoy en día tenemos estados que nos representan. Originalmente pues es Puebla, después Oaxaca y Veracruz. Nosotros somos del estado de Veracruz y usamos algunos ingredientes diferentes a los que usan en el estado de Puebla. Por ejemplo, nosotros usamos mucho lo que es el plátano y las pasitas, y en otros estados no lo usan. Pero esta vez lo vamos a hacer a la manera de nosotros, de nuestro estado, que es Veracruz. Para comenzar, es un mole laborioso, pero al final tenemos la recompensa porque es muy sabroso. Y entonces pues vamos a comenzar con los chiles, que es lo más importante. Esta receta que les vamos a presentar es para 25 personas. Esta comida es muy tradicional en México para los grandes eventos, bodas, 15 años, bautismos. Y también se muele en un metate. Nosotros hoy en día no tenemos un metate aquí, lo vamos a hacer en la licuadora, pero con todos los ingredientes que originalmente lleva el mole en el estado de Veracruz. Y entonces, para 25 personas vamos a necesitar 8 chiles chilianchos, 8 chiles mulatos y 8 chiles pasillas. Todos son del mismo color para que tenga un color negro intenso. Y aquí vemos 6 chiles moritas. Esto es opcional. Nosotros en el estado de Veracruz comemos el mole un poco picosito y dulce. Pero si ustedes en su estado o no quieren usar el picante, entonces ustedes no le ponen este chile, que es el chile morita. El primer proceso que vamos a hacer es vamos a quitarle lo que es la avena y la semilla a todos los chiles, porque no necesitamos las venas porque va a tener un sabor amargo. Entonces las venas y las semillas se retiran antes que todo. Otros ingredientes que necesitamos: 3/4 taza de almendras, 3/4 de taza de cacahuate, 3/4 de taza de nueces, 3/4 de taza de pasas, 3/4 de taza de semilla de calabaza, media taza de ajonjolí. Necesitamos un virote, la mitad, necesitamos un piloncillo, pero si ustedes no encuentran el piloncillo, entonces lo que van a usar es azúcar. 15 galletas de animalitos, vamos a necesitar 2, chocolate, abuelita, media a 1/4 de cucharadita de anís y necesitamos 1/4 de cucharadita de semillas de cilantro, 4 pimientas gordas, 10 pimientas chicas, negras, un pedazo de canela. Estos cacahuates venían así, nosotros los pelamos y los pusimos así. Necesitamos plátanos machos que estén maduros, no tienen que estar verdes. Necesitamos uno entero y la mitad del otro. Una mitad de una cebolla chica, 3 ajos grandes. Entonces este pan lo vamos a rebanar. Después el plátano lo vamos a partir en rodajas, que es lo más fácil, en 2 tortillas de maíz. Vamos a necesitar aceite. Yo sé que la receta originalmente lleva manteca, pero nosotros lo hacemos con aceite y créanme, pruébenlo, que no van a notar la diferencia de que no es manteca de puerco. Una vez que limpiamos el caldo, vamos a poner una cabeza de ajos, la mitad de una cebolla mediana, 10 pimientas de estas chiquitas y 3 clavos. Y lo vamos a dejar allí a como 40 minutos para que esté cocido las pechugas. Unos ingredientes van fritos y otros van tostados. Vamos a poner las semillas de calabaza y el ajonjolí. Esta agua que está aquí, yo necesito hidratar los chiles después de que pasen por el aceite. Lo que vamos a hacer es apagar el agua, no está hirviendo, solamente está caliente y la vamos a apagar, porque no queremos que los chiles hiervan, sino que solamente estén suaves. Vamos a pasarlos por el aceite, solo son unos segundos que pasa por lo caliente, porque si se quema la pasta o el mole va a amargar. O no puedo poner muchos chiles, porque si yo pongo muchos se me pueden quemar. Vamos a tostar las almendras. Y aquí seguimos friendo los chiles. El ajonjolí lo vamos a poner al último porque yo lo compré en la tienda ya tostado. Si ustedes lo encuentran tostado, pues no tienen que tostar. Entonces quiero que miren a las semillas cómo deben de estar tostadas, qué punto deben de tener, y las vamos a poner separadas. Este es el recipiente que vamos a usar para cocinar todo el mole. Pasamos este aceite que tiene todos los sabores del chile, del pan y de la tortilla, y vamos a freír aquí el mole. Y aquí vamos a poner la cebolla y los ajos. Vamos a poner lo que son las especies, las semillas de cilantro, el anís, las pimientas gordas, las pimientas negras y la canela. Y cuando esté el ajo y la cebolla, también la vamos a poner aquí. El caldo que tenemos aquí no va a ser suficiente, vamos a usar este caldo, por eso es que tiene que tener los mismos sabores que llevamos en el mole, que lleva pimienta, ajo, cebolla y clavo. Recuerden, aquí solamente va el chile, la cebolla, el ajo y las especies. En este momento le vamos a poner las 2 tablillas de chocolate. Okay. Terminamos de moler el chile Ahora sí vamos a comenzar con los frutos. Ok, entonces así como está, ya no vamos a colarlo. Entonces, como ya está hirviendo, vamos a poner el piloncillo. Ya terminamos de hacer el mole y listo.